Hey y'all, hey. So every year I put out my Halloween PSAs for those who are non-melanated, who maybe lack culture, who are just willing to come out every Halloween and do the stupid thing, the dumb thing, the racially or culturally insensitive thing, and dress up as a culture. Like indigenous people, like black people, like most cultures in the world, and dressing up like them when we told you about 11 times that cultures are not costumes. Okay? We've told you that so many times. It actually hurts to have to say it every single year. But every single year, on repeat, there's somebody in a native headdress, somebody wearing a Pocahontas costume, somebody going to Spirit Halloween and seeing indigenous regalia out there on display. It is super tiring. My mother loves to go thrift store shopping with her friends, and she was at a thrift store recently, and this is what she saw. You see it? You see it. You see it. Then they had the nerve, the gall, and the audacity to have it under the Halloween costume section. And now, besides the normal afros and hip hop garb and other things that people will dress up to characterize themselves as black, including straight up blackface, now they're taking closed practices because of the highly important and amazing movie Sinners. They are taking closed practices and making them costumes. Because now Spirit Halloween is selling mojo bags. Mojo bags. Hoodoo is a closed practice. I know you guys think everything is a joke and everything is just cute and everything is just, it's a costume, get over it, but it's closed practices. This is closed practices. This should not be worn. Pocahontas costumes should not be worn, and there's a reason that we get annoyed, and there's a reason that we get mad, and there's a reason that we get upset when we see your videos in these costumes and in certain cultural garb. Specifically in indigenous communities across Turtle Island, that means the United States, Canada, and other places around Turtle Island, indigenous women, and not just indigenous women, indigenous girls, indigenous boys, indigenous men, indigenous relatives are going missing and being murdered on a daily basis at this point. And it's not talked about enough, but there are days to recognize these things and raise awareness for them. Missing and murdered indigenous relatives days. There's, so much information on the internet about it. Just talk to any indigenous person. They're going to tell you about the missing and murdered indigenous relatives epidemic that is going on. And it is actually disgusting. And every single year we have to remind you that wearing these costumes and wearing Pocahontas costumes is, number one, culturally insensitive. Because those are sacred regalia. They're not costumes. And two, because the way that specifically indigenous women are over-sexualized, which leads to the missing and murdered indigenous women, the missing and murdered indigenous relatives epidemic, it's gross. It's truly, truly, truly not okay. It's not okay. So these two cultural items, don't wear them. If you see this mojo bag at Spirit Halloween, chuck it, throw it. Tell the manager. They probably won't care. But still, chuck it, throw it somewhere so nobody can see it. Throw it under something. Do something to hide it so that nobody can see it. The same if you see, fake regalia, if you see a Pocahontas costume, if you see a headdress at Spirit Halloween or wherever you go to get your costumes this year, chuck it, throw it. Do not look. And I know Sinners is such a big movie, right? And there's so many awesome costumes you can do to do a Sinners, costume, cosplay, whatever. And I'm so excited to see all of the Sinners cosplays because that's going to be so awesome. Like, I love that movie so much. I also think that there are ways to do a Sinners cosplay, Sinners costume without being culturally insensitive and, using things from clothes practices that you're not a part of. But also, you don't need to dress up as a vampire hunter from Sinners either. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Just don't touch culturally. Like, you can be a vampire from Sinners and it'll work perfect, right? You don't need to touch the vampire hunters. You don't need to touch the mojo bags. You don't need to do it. You don't need to do it. You just don't need to do it, okay? You don't need to do it. There's other ways to pay homage to this movie without doing those things, okay? So, no. But yeah, just please don't do these things. It'll just be so much better for Indigenous people, Black people. You don't want to see it. We just don't want to see it. And there's so many other amazing costumes that you could do that are just so cool and awesome. And there's like so many inanimate objects, cartoon characters, freaking whatever that you could do and do respectfully. And you don't have to resort to doing a Native American costume, Indigenous costume, an insensitive Black costume, blackface, whatever. Like, you don't have to do it. You just don't have to do it, okay? Because remember, it's culture, not a costume. And just remember that, okay? Just remember that. Because it's tiring for all of us to have to even come on the internet or talk about it in real life and have these PSAs where we have to remind you that it's not okay to dress up as our cultural things, okay? So please don't do it. And also, if you're gonna ask, no, your children shouldn't do it either, even if they get mad, and even if they say they really want to do X, Y, and Z, just tell them, no, it's culturally insensitive, we don't do that in our house, we are respectful of other people's culture, and let's pick a different costume. And just let them know that it's not okay to dress up this way, okay? That's all. But yes, please have a beautiful and safe spooky season. It's my favorite time of year. I absolutely love watching everybody's costumes, when they do it right and they do it respectfully. I love watching everybody's costumes and seeing what they come up with because y'all are some creative people. And I love seeing all the creativity. So just be respectful because that's all we ask. Truly, all we ask is for you guys to be respectful and to respect people's cultures. Thank you.